For my assignment for the visual imagery part of this class, I will be teaching you and demonstrating how to do an A-skip. An A-skip is a dynamic warm-up drill that will improve your range of motion, lessen the time of your contact to the ground while running, and improve your overall running form. First, let's talk about the specifics of the environment. To do a dynamic drill like this, you need to be in a flat, safe area where you don't have any risk of tripping on anything, whether it's somebody else, a piece of equipment, anything like that. The room I decided to take is at my local rec center. It has a few mirrors in it, that way I can monitor to make sure I'm doing the drill correctly. But for the most part, it's a flat, it's safe, it's open, and I can do the drill just. The nature of this movement may seem simple on the surface level, but it's actually pretty complicated to perform correctly. A lot of people will get it wrong where the toes are pointing to the ground, their knees aren't at 90-degree angles, the hips don't get to 90-degree angles. All of that's okay as long as you can eventually at one point get to this 90-degree angle with the dorsiflexion. To start, you'll lift your knee to a 90-degree angle, like so. So you'll make a 90-degree angle with your lower extremity as well as your quad muscles, and then a 90-degree angle with your torso and again with your quad muscles. Notice as I'm bringing my foot up, as I'm bringing my knee up, my toes also come up and they're pointed back towards my shins. This is called a dorsiflexion. That way, as I push myself into the ground, my toe is the first thing that hits my body. What's cool about the A-skip is that it is not only a plyometric type of warm-up drill, it is also good for coordination and neuromuscular coordination. The A-skip not only is a lower leg, lower extremity type warm-up drill, but it also adds the coordination using your arms too. The importance of using your arms is if you've ever tried to walk and you bring your right arm and your right leg up at the same time, almost like you're shooting a layup in basketball, it feels weird because at some point when your arm comes back, it feels like you're going backwards because your whole center of gravity will rotate backwards, thus pulling you backwards, almost like you're stopping. So you want to have your opposite arm, opposite leg going up at the same time, almost like there's a string attached that's going back and forth. The timing of the A-skip is crucial. You don't want to be out of sync, moving your arms up before your legs go. Then you'll just look real goofy while doing it. Which, some people start out that way, but that's okay. Like, we all start at different baselines. To maintain a consistent cadence, I like to think of the terms lift, strike, push. So what that means is you'll lift your knees, your toes, and your arm, and then you'll push back down to the ground. You'll strike back to the ground, and then push. Almost like you're bouncing. So go lift, strike, push. Lift, strike, push. Okay, Dr. G, I just fed you a whole lot of information all at once. So we're gonna slow down for a second. We're gonna take deep breaths. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take steps in place. Get your arms moving the way they should. Now I want you to relax. Take a few deep breaths. Exhale. Now I want you to visualize moving your arms. Move your right arm up. Get it close to your ear. Then move it down to your hip. Move it in a straight line. Now do it with your left arm. If you're feeling comfortable with that already, you can start to do this, but keep your eyes closed. Visualize yourself moving your arms back and forth. Back and forth. Okay, now while you're moving your arms, now visualize lifting your knees opposite of the arm that goes up. So your right arm goes up, now so is your left knee. Visualize right arm up, left knee up. Now switch, left arm up, right knee up. When you're doing this, make sure you keep your toes pointed back towards your shin. This will improve your ground contact time and reduce the shock absorption through the 3 joints in the leg, the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Now if you're feeling good, keep your eyes closed, do it in place. Left knee up, right knee up. Right hand up, left knee up. Left knee up, left hand up, left hand up, right knee up. Right hand up, left knee up. Now that we've gone over that and we visualized it, now we're going to go over the content of the movement again. This time, I'll be facing this way, that way you can see the side plane of when I'm doing the A skip. First, we're going to start by walking normally. Simple. Same thing as when we do the B skip or A skip. Right arm forward, left leg forward. Left arm forward, right leg forward. Now we're going to exaggerate the arm movements. Arms at 90 degrees, ear to hip, ear to hip. Now we're going to add in the knee drive. Left hand up, right knee up, plant. Right hand up, left knee up, plant. While you're doing this adds tension to your tendons. You should naturally feel a spring as it goes through your Achilles in the back of the hamstring as you're pushing yourself off the ground. Push. Push. Notice, key point in this, that we don't want to make bad habits. As I'm coming down to the ground, I'm landing, my planted foot after it comes down is landing as close to my midline as possible. So I've got midline on the frontal plane, starts all the way from my ankles, goes up my legs, straight through my head. I'm trying to land as close to this midline as possible. That way it doesn't create an overstriding habit and it puts more stress on the joints and can tear your hamstring a lot easier. Now that we've gone over basic, slower movements, we'll do it in real speed now with a whole little skip in between. It's not called a walk, it's not called a march, it's called a skip. So now we'll go. In this room it's great. You can hear the rhythm of my feet. The cadence is consistent. You can hear the little bounce. You can hear each foot hit the ground, nice and consistent. You can see the midline of my foot hitting the ground right underneath my center of gravity. For an exercise like this, it will only increase your development and your running form as an athlete, something that is crucial in almost any sport. Just visualize yourself doing the drills over and over and over. The greats never get tired of the basics. This is one of the basics. Everyone does it. Everyone's great because of it. I want you to adopt the internal perspective of this. Rather than the external, who cares about what's going on around you as long as you're in a safe place? Internally feel how everything is going. Feel the stretch in your hip flexor. Feel the pull in your back as you lift your knee. Feel the flex in your toes and up into your shin bones and your shin muscles. Feel your feet touch the ground. Feel the balance between each and every stride. Internally, just process, take a deep breath, and just feel your body. To me, there is no cooler, better, more fun, dynamic drill to do than this. To kill 2 birds with 1 stone, it's improving your running economy, maintaining good form, as well as warming up your body for a strenuous exercise. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my video.